I was in Colombia. I was in Medellin, in Bogota. From Medellin, I went to Panama. I just go to the airport and buy a ticket. I don't plan it out. I just travel the world that way. I was in Revolution Plaza, Cuba. It was on my third day that it happened. I didn't think it was anything serious. I thought they were going to give me a warning or a ticket, like a fine that I would have to pay, but I didn't think of it as being that serious. It started off, I went to the police station where they questioned me. At least 12 hours. I was never given a break or a watch, so I'm just guessing how long I was there. But I was questioned by anywhere from 10 to 15 different police, immigration. Well, my Spanish is very bad. Their English is very bad. So it was very repetitive, over and over. The same questions, different people would ask me the same questions. They wouldn't allow me to have an interpreter, so it was difficult to even communicate. We're about the drone. What kind of business do I own? Why am I in Cuba? Why did I choose to fly a drone in Revolution Square? So every moment of the interview, they actually had my phone in front of me, and they're looking at the footage from Colombia, from Egypt, from Africa. Like, I fly the drone just for fun. They could see the footage I shot in Cuba as well, which to me, just looking at the video, you can see it. I'm just joking around. I'm just for fun. It's not for work at all. Nobody hired me to do this. They were curious how I got it through the airport, and I was just carrying on my carry-on bag. They suggested that maybe I had broke it down into small pieces and hid the pieces in different parts of my luggage, and then put it together. But it was 100% full in my backpack. The remote control itself is very big. I think later in the process, they went back to the film of me at Havana and found out that it was a part of the x-ray. They did x-ray it, they did open my bag, but I wasn't stopped. In Canada, there's something called global affairs. If a Canadian goes missing around the world, it's part of our parliament, part of our government, and you can contact them and they help to find you. So whether you're kidnapped or you're accident or the police. So it took them 5 days to find me. My wife hadn't heard from me for 3 days, so she found out global affairs, and global affairs found me in the first 5 days. They didn't really help me. They came on the 5th day to let me know that they were aware that I was there. There's not much they can do during the investigation phase. They were realistic and said that I could be up here up to 2 years just for the investigation. I was never arrested or charged. I had no criminal charge. I was never put in handcuffs, although I was put in a cell. So it was comforting. So at least they told me that someone knew that I was there prior to that moment. Of course, I'm scared. Scared at first that nobody knew where I was. How would they know? So to me, it's a little strange because in Canada, I'm certain if you're arrested, I would think that the Cuban government would contact Canada, the embassy, just to say, hey, we have a Canadian. But that's not the case. It's the opposite. The Canadian government has to find me. And the fear of obviously being in jail for a long time. Listen, what I did was wrong, flying a drone, but I had no bad intentions. And based on my video, you could see it was just for fun. So I was scared. Obviously, I was scared. I didn't want to lose 10, 15, 20 years of my life. And all I keep hearing is the stories of other people that have gone through something similar for a very small charge but spend a lot of time in prison in Cuba. I'm sorry for what I did, yes. I was actually looking forward to 10 days in Cuba, exploring Cuba. And it was my fault, so I don't want to blame Cuba for what had happened. It's what I did. I'm the reason for the fault. I'm glad I'm home now, and hopefully I can spread the word, because in Canada you can buy a drone at any store, and a lot of Canadians and other people from the world travel to Cuba. So I'm certain I'm not the only one that thought, let's bring a drone to Cuba, and I just hope other people don't have to go through what I went through.